Railways are a lifeline for small rural Sussex communities, connecting towns and villages like they've never been connected before, fueling industry and giving people opportunities in different careers. The railways superseded the rivers, were at the mercy of tides, and a railway could operate day and night. But all things come to an end, and they were eventually superseded by the road. So in this week's video, I'm going to show you the abandoned railway that ran from Shoreham all the way to Steyning and eventually terminating in Horsham. This embankment here is what's left of the old railway. Started out in Shoreham town at Shoreham station, and roughly where those houses are, it's split between the railway that goes east to west to Worthing and Brighton, and then travels all the way along here and down there. So we're starting the video off today at Shoreham Toll Bridge, and the reason we're starting here is this is where one of the signal boxes was. So this monument now to the Shoreham air crash sits on what used to be the old signal box. These are the foundations right here, and the signal box didn't just control the railway, it also controlled the road which ran along here, and there were gates right here and across there, and the old road would cross the toll bridge and the rail would come down here. So just over from the toll bridge, they've left some of the railway tracks here. These aren't actually where they were located, they would have been up on the embankment, but they've been left here just as a memory, but they'll probably get eaten up by the undergrowth. So we're going to head off down in that direction, and I'll show you what I can find of the old parts of the railway along the way. One of the interesting things about this section of the railway line is just after the toll bridge, the railway goes up and there's an incline where it basically has to cross the main road, and the railway drivers used to have to get some steam up, get some momentum to actually make the incline. So what the train drivers used to do is stop in and see toll booth operators and often give them a tip or two, just to make sure that when the train was coming they would keep the gates closed so the train could make unhindered progress up the incline. So our first stop is Shoreham flyover, and it's this that basically put the end to the railways. This structure is 50 years old, and you can see from down here the sheer scale of the investment put into the road network and favouring that over the rail network. And a fun fact as well is that in this location here they filmed a AHA music video. Just imagine when people were riding this railway, just amazing scenery to take in whilst you're riding the train. So my first stop is at Beeding Cement Works, and there was an actual stop here, or halt, for the railway, and it actually divided and went off in that direction into Beeding Cement Works, and it had its own signal box, and we can still see the mountings for the signal box just over here. So we're standing up on the embankment here, and the signal box was just off to one side, so it basically went out over this ravine or dip, and so they built these concrete pillars here to support the signal box. Right here we can see where the railway crossed the River Ada. So the pathway now goes off in that direction, but it would have gone over here in a bridge. You can see right there the remnants of the old bridge where it would cross, and also you get a good visualization of the embankment that the train was running on. This bit here is where the bridge would have crossed. Got a slightly better view of the cement works there, and over here this was the dock, so the cement works would also be supported via the river as well, and they built this large wharf right next to the river to unload from. So another perspective on the river wharf, and that's where the bridge would have crossed. You can see what's left of the embankment that the rail used to run on. It has been removed from the farmer's field there, and it's probably a little bit higher than it used to be, where maybe they sort of scraped it up into that embankment now. Interesting perspective of the old cement works from down here. You can see the railway tracks there still in place, and you can also see the railway used to head off underneath the road. Probably not a full railway, but it would go off into the old cement works on the other side of the road. Just a bit further along from the cement works, we've got what's left of an old shunt. So this would have been used to stop the train going any further on the track. Still sitting there in the bushes, a distant memory now. So on my little journey I've had to navigate around the river, but the railway would have cut through roughly this field here and then continued on in that direction. One interesting point is that over here we've got some bottles, used to be pronounced bottles, and there was an unofficial stop here, and the train would halt here, and people from the local community would be able to hop on this train. So not a station, but just a halt where people could get on. So here we can see the embankment running through these woods. They would have crossed this road and then gone off in this direction, roughly about here. So right now we've pulled into Bramber Station, and you can see we're up on this embankment here, and if we have a peek through there we can see the old sign removed from the Bramber Station platform, and this continues on and then crosses the road roughly where the roundabout is. A bit further along they've put these notice boards up showing you about the old railway and the stations. Right here. And we're going to be crossing the road over there. So we've just come from over there. On the other side of the roundabout we've got another notice board showing you what Steyning station used to look like, and the station has been down there, and this road now, Steyning bypass, runs on what was the old railway line. Just off from the side of the path we can still see parts of the old platform hidden in the woods. So the old railway with a run down from Bramber all the way down here. So it's right here where the old railway station used to be. Just above it are the railway cottages, and down here we can see the old embankment walls. It would sit behind the platform right there. I think where my finger is there roughly is where the public waiting and restrooms were. Right here we've got the old railway cottages. These would be used for people that are working at the station or the railway. It's now privately owned, so we have no access beyond this point. Opposite the station and platform over there, we've got the warehouse for the old railway station, now being converted into flats. Basically this was where goods that arrived, mainly sort of livestock and stuff like that, would come to this warehouse and it would be traded from here. So I've cycled back all the way from Steyning. I would say it was a lovely cycle ride, but it is minus, I don't know what, out today. Feels like -5 or something. It's freezing cold. So I'm going to head over to Shoreham Airport to the Hummingbird Cafe, get myself something hot to eat and drink. If you have enjoyed this short video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and comment below if there's something you think I missed out of this video as well. Thank you very much for watching.